I guess the most important thing for me right now just is the transit, obviously, like many constituents are saying in the city right now, just what we're going to do, how we're going to pay for it, and when shovels are in the ground, considering we're already 30 years behind Europe as we speak. So let's see what they got.
I believe that transit is an important issue. Over the past 4 years, we've seen deadlocking and fighting on council, which has been a real problem in getting progress done. The next mayor needs to be more cooperative and work to consensus building on transit.
My issue is transportation and bike lanes. I've got the broken elbow to prove it. Bike lanes are much needed. Thank you.
Oftentimes you'll wait for a bus for 40 minutes and 3 will come, one after another. It just seems very odd that they don't have actual inspectors anymore. I guess it's a computer program they use, which doesn't seem to really be working.
I think I'm being asked what the number one issue in the campaign is for me. I'm very anti-Rob Ford, even though I voted for him before. I think it's the matter of honesty and self-control. So I'm anybody but Rob Ford, except now he's withdrawn. This speech is kind of irrelevant.
I'm one of the candidates for mayor as a green candidate. Climate change has created problems which they haven't dealt with. The insurance rates are going up because of climate change, and the floods we have seen, the 100-year floods are coming too often, and so on. So what do we do? The fact is that Toronto, with its very long commute time, the gridlock that we know of, has a large carbon footprint, and we must start cutting it down. Toronto, the good, globally speaking, has become the bad apple of the planet.
There are so many issues that Toronto's facing right now, I just don't even know where to start. But I have to say that what I love about John Tory's platform and the person himself is that he's thoughtful, he cares about this city so deeply, he really believes in working with other people to bring them together to come to a consensus. He wants to see the end of the divisive kind of politics that we've had for the last 4 years in this city. And he's got some real ideas on how to move traffic and how to get transit going, which I think are vital to everybody's well-being in this city, because we are all so frustrated and angry about what's happening with the fact that city doesn't move. And I don't hear anything from the other candidates that really have some concrete ideas.
I just wanted to say one of the most important issues that I would like most of the mayors to tackle and for our city to tackle is our vulnerable population around the city. There are so many women who are earning less than $16,000 in our city, and I hope our mayors do make this one of their biggest platforms statements to ensure that not only they get good housing but also better income so that they can support their families in daycare.
Listening to the conversations around the airport, I'm interested in both sides and learning more about that. I think there's a lot of conversation around transit, but I think air transit is an important part of the consideration as well. So looking forward to researching that after today.
We were just at a debate today with John Tory, Ari Goldkind, and Olivia Chow at the Toronto Brickworks, hosted by the Civic Action Group. And okay, one particular issue that was mentioned today, and I think it's one very important issue facing the residents of the city of Toronto and the people, is the issue of youth unemployment. And I see that as a big problem all over Toronto, that young people need to be engaged, they need to be getting the work experience they need for a future in society, to be productive citizens, not just corporate citizens, citizens in general. There isn't enough jobs for youth. I don't see it as actually the chief magistrate, the mayor's job to find young people jobs, but I think if they can work together with their contacts and their connections, and we can bring the private sector and the corporate sector on board and work with the politicians, kind of like a P3, public-private partnership, we can all improve that type of, those issues and get young people the jobs that they need.